H.R. 850 was introduced so that a needed replacement bridge can be constructed across the St. Croix River. Legislation has bipartisan support, and it's needed to settle an issue of whether or not this bridge is in compliance with the Wild and Scenic River Act. Ms. Bachmann, you are recognized for 5 minutes for your bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Ranking Member as well, and also members of the committee. Thank you, Ranking Member Grijalva, and also Chairman Bishop and members of the committee. I want to thank you for your consideration of H.R. 850. It's a bill that I'm very proud to sponsor. It facilitates the construction of a 4-lane highway bridge over the lower St. Croix River in Oak Park Heights, Minnesota, that connects to St. Joseph, Wisconsin. Today's hearing on the St. Croix River crossing project is a much-needed step to preserve human safety, interstate economy, and the beauty of our river crossing in Stillwater. I commend the House Committee on Natural Resources for the expedient manner in which they have addressed this long overdue project. It's been since the early 1970s that a broad coalition of multiple interests has discussed the construction of a new bridge that would replace the current lift bridge built in 1931, now some 80 years old. The bridge that collapsed in Minneapolis in 2007 that led to the deaths of 13 people had a sufficiency rating of 50. The current lift bridge in Stillwater is listed as structurally deficient. It has a sufficiency rating of 32.8. as inspected on July 16, 2009. The bridge simply cannot sustain the 16,000 to 18,000 daily drivers, which are estimated to increase to 48,000 by 2030 on a structure that was designed for far less. Current crash rates are 50 to 90% higher than the state average. The pending proposal would provide a safe, reliable, and efficient transportation corridor by reducing congestion, improving roadway safety, and providing an adequate level of service for forecasted 2030 traffic volumes. Each time a bridge proposal neared approval, and even when the National Park Service approved the project in 2005, it was stopped through litigation brought about by outside special interests. The recommendations of a multi-member advisory group that included representatives from federal and state regulatory agencies, local and regional units of government, environmental groups, historic preservation groups, and chambers of commerce were trumped consistently by their objections of visual pollution by the special interest organization, which chose to not join the stakeholder group when asked to do so. The visual pollution argument is quite disingenuous on its claim that a beautiful landscape would be marred by an environmentally designed new bridge when the existing bridge is a short distance away from a sewage treatment plant, a power plant with a giant smokestack as seen in the dual image poster, as well as the state prison facility. The single image poster shows the artist's rendition of the new bridge in its proposed location. Unfortunately, the project is currently at an impasse due to the March 2010 ruling from the United States District Court vacating the National Park Service Section 7A permit of 2005. Nothing in the March 2010 ruling allows for any possible bridge to be built in compliance with the Wild and Scenic River Act of 1968 because nothing in the Act allows the National Park Service to approve a bridge project unless the impact to the river values, wild, scenic, recreational, are eliminated. This is impossible. Therefore, no bridge, not even the existing bridge, is compliant with the Wild and Scenic River Act. It's impossible to measure the crippling economic impact that the St. Croix River crossing project delay has cost our two states from a commerce and job standpoint. However, according to MnDOT, if the project moves forward, an estimated 22,970 jobs will be created per year, and at peak construction, over 6,000 full-time workers will be required. Over a 20-year period, the travel time savings and reduction of crash costs will significantly improve mobility and economic output to the tune of over $883 million. Every month the project is delayed, the cost escalates by over $3.17 million. What started out as an $80 million project in 1992 now has a cost estimate of nearly $700 million. The states of Wisconsin and Minnesota are working together to fund the project with a large portion of the bonding authority already set aside. I'm pleased that my underlining bill does not appropriate a single dime. Therefore, Chairman Bishop, Ranking Member Grijalva, and members of the committee, I respectfully ask the committee to take the necessary action to move this vital project forward. The St. Croix River Crossing project is no longer a matter of if it is necessary. That's already been determined. This is now an issue of how much we will pay in dollars and possibly lives before we act. The bill simply authorizes something that should have been done decades ago, and I thank the committee.